We're here with Jim Rosenthal at the Imperial War Museum in London. We've just had the Bad Blood press conference. You've been covering boxing for many years now. How does this compare to some of the fights and the cards you've gone to in the past?
Well, this is undoubtedly the best card of 2014 in Britain, probably the best card for many, many years. And the fact that the XL is a complete sellout, 18,500, and just shows the public appeal that there is out there for this particular bill. And every fight could be a career-defining fight as well. Obviously, the big guys who are here today, Chisora and Fury, getting the most attention, but way down the bill, every fight is meaningful, and a lot of people disagree about the outcome of all the fights, which makes it an intriguing night sport.
And as a boxing fan, which fight stands out for you the most? Which one are you looking forward to the most?
Well, I think Billy Joe Saunders and Chris Eubank Jr. is a fascinating fight. The fact that Chisora and Fury have fought before means we have seen that before. I'm very keen to see the outcome because they're both very different fighters now to what they were when they had that original fight. But I think the Billy Joe Saunders and Eubank Jr. fight is an intriguing one because one has all the pedigree, one has all the titles, and has been through the boxing mill. One is an Olympian as well, and the other one is a relatively unknown quantity who is unbeaten and gets rave reports from the gym and has done everything that's been asked for him so far in the ring, plus carrying the Eubank cachet as well. So that is a really, really intriguing one, and probably the most intriguing fight on the bill.
And I'm sure you've seen his dad fight many a times. Have you spotted any similarities there between senior and junior?
Well, I'll be very honest with you. I think his dad's a bit overbearing with him. And you hardly see an interview with the boy without the dad being in the background. And I think he has got to become his own man. But of course, he has a very, very huge figure in his life, is his dad. I'm not going to talk about the relationship between father and son, but it makes me slightly uneasy, the huge influence that Chris Sr. has over his boy. But of course, the Eubank name is a great calling card in boxing, and it's why we're all fascinated about whether his boy can be as good as his dad. And by the way, his dad had, among all his other attributes, was one of the bravest fighters I've ever come across.
And you said, Junior, it's time for him to become his own man. Were you a bit surprised on Monday when he turned up to that press conference by himself?
Well, that was very interesting, although we found out on Box Nation his dad was just around the corner in another hotel, so he wasn't totally alone. But I was slightly surprised by that, and that was good to see. I'm disappointed he's not here, because in the end, it doesn't do anybody any good. And I think that the one on Monday was the only press conference he showed for, missed 3, and now he's missed another one today. I think it doesn't do him any good, doesn't do the fight any good, doesn't do Billy Joe Saunders any good. Because in the end, if you antagonise people, I'm afraid there's only one way in this game, and I think that strategy is wrong.
And in terms of who you think's going to win that one, which way are you swaying?
I'm afraid I have a rule that when I present boxing or when I do it, I don't go. I sit on the fence really, because I don't think it's fair that if I say something here and then I introduce the fight and everyone's going, well, he thinks this guy's going to win, everyone else is going to be upset. I might be dull, and I apologise if it does feel, but a lot of people have asked me, and I always stay down the line.
Just looking forward to a good fight.
I'm looking forward to a great night on Box Nation, to be quite honest. I think it's a fantastic night for the channel, fantastic night for British boxing.
And let's move on to the two heavyweights that were here today, Tyson Fury, Dereck Chisora. We've been waiting for nearly a year for this one to take place again. How do you see this one going, and how do you think it'll be different from their first fight?
Well, I think it's going to be very different. As I say, I'm not going to predict the outcome for you. It's going to be really different in terms of Dereck Chisora's condition, both mental and physical. The first fight, he was totally out of shape and approached it in a very cavalier fashion and deserved to lose. So he's a very different sort of fighter. I think the big problem from Tyson's point of view is his inactivity. And I really think he has had not through his own fault, but he's had a very, very quiet 2 years, and I think that might be a big factor in the fight.
And in terms of it's a WBO, they go on to fight Klitschko, whoever wins. Do you think one of these could actually go on and win the world title?
Absolutely, because Klitschko's not getting any younger, and the fact that this is a great incentive for them, and that's what you want to be. You want to be heavyweight champion of the world. It doesn't matter if it's a WBO, the WBC, the IBF, it doesn't matter. He wants to be known as a world heavyweight champion, and both of these guys, Tyson Fury and Dereck Chisora, they know that whoever gets their hands raised at the XL on Saturday night will get that shot, and you don't get a bigger Christmas present than that, by the way.
No, definitely. And in terms of if people can't make it to the arena, it's sold out now. now. How can people watch on Box Nation, and what time will coverage start?
Well, that's a very nice of you to ask that question. And on Box Nation, we've been going for 3 years now, and we crack on. We enjoy the boxing, and it's £12 a month. So www.boxnation.com if you haven't subscribed already, and we'll be on air from 7 o'clock on Saturday night, and it's going to be a proper good night. So if you're not part of the Box Nation family, come and join us.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jim.
Absolute pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.